Hello, everybody. It's Brittney Hout with John 3:16 Ministries. Welcome to our podcast. We have MaryBeth with us today with the Archway Institute. So, hi, MaryBeth. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. So, I'm going to just start off and let you tell us a little bit about the Archway Institute.
Yeah, sure. So, like Brittney said, my name is MaryBeth Hill. I'm with the Archway Institute. We are a 501(c) nonprofit who works nationally to raise money for people in recovery, and we are just now making our footprint here in Arkansas.
Well, that's amazing. We're really glad you're here in Arkansas.
I'm super glad to be here.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, you have an event coming up.
We do. So, first, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about what we do and who we are. Like I said before, we are a 501(c) nonprofit. In the short form, we raise money to give it away. One of our mottos is that $500 to never stop somebody from seeking the life of recovery that they deserve. And so not only do we help raise money to release funds back into the states that we serve, but we also have free education, free peer support. Really, we are just a hub and a network where people who, no matter where you are in life, whether you are somebody who's in addiction seeking recovery, or maybe you're a caregiver who's trying to find resources for your loved one, we try to provide those resources to anybody that's around. So our event, that is our very first event here in Arkansas, is called the Archway Institute Marches Forward, and it's going to be March 3rd. It is a conference in Little Rock at the Wyndham Hotel. And basically what we're trying to do, Brittney, is highlight all areas of the recovery ecosystem. And the faith-based community is very important to us. And so we wanted to make sure that they had a seat at the table as well. So that's where we will be on March 3rd.
Okay, so is this event open to the public, or how do people come, and kind of some more information about it?
Yeah, so I will give you guys the link that you can link on the podcast whenever you guys get ready to post it, or you can just go to our website, which is thearchwayinstitute.org. You'll scroll, look for events, and you will see the Archway Institute Marches Forward. This event is for everybody. I encourage everybody to come. For the main reason why is because, have you ever heard that saying, like, it takes a village to raise a child? And that's truly what it is in the recovery community as well. It takes all the different working pieces to make sure that we can keep our recovery ecosystem alive and thriving. So whether you are maybe you're in the field and you work in recovery and you want to find the resources, this is a great place for you. Maybe you're a caregiver and you're looking for options, for your loved one or for yourself. This will be an event where everybody will be in the house at one time to learn more about what Arkansas is doing as a whole and learn how you can really get involved.
That's amazing. I hear we have a speaker. Maybe Brian Tuckle speaking?
He is, yes. So we are so honored to have Brian. He is going to be one of the panelists on our faith-based panel. This is an opportunity to come to hear about all the amazing things that are going on out here at John 3:16, as well as the other faith-based organizations that will be there as well.
That's amazing. What time does the event start?
Yeah, so registration will begin at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
It's going to be an all-day event. Lunch will be served. If you are a peer or a clinician, we are offering continued education. We're actually going to have raffle prizes. There's a chance we have this thing that we do every year called the helicopter golf ball drop. And what it does is we raise money. All the money that's raised through this fundraising event gets poured right back into our community. So whenever you register, you actually are going to be entered to win in the helicopter golf ball drop. And it's just a great time to come fellowship, hear what's going on in Arkansas, and to really get a feel of what the recovery community is about.
That's amazing. We're excited for the event. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah.
And it's open to the public, you said?
Open to the public,
All day long?
All day long.
All day long. That's exciting. Okay, MaryBeth. So can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with the Archway Institute?
Yeah. So I have worked in the recovery field off and on for the past 6 years. And Jimmy McGill, who is our executive director for the National Peer Recovery Alliance, which is a division of the Archway Institute, his exact words were, "Hey, I think you should apply for this job, but I'm not going to help you get it." And so I'm like, okay. And it's like, thanks for that, But, and that's how I became, affiliated with this organization. But what I can tell you about this organization is we are genuinely about making sure that everybody, no matter where you come from in life, has the access to the resources that they need to start a new life. So,
amen. That's kind of what we do here, right?
Yeah.
We give them the tools so that they can start
That's
a new
right.
life. So that's important. So can you give us a little bit of your testimony, if you don't mind sharing that?
No, I don't mind sharing. So I was caught in the grips of an addiction for a little over 17 years of my life, in and out of jails. It's the typical addict story, right? Jails, hospitals, institutions. I had kids in active addiction, and it wasn't until 2017 I was indicted on federal drug trafficking charges. But a whole bunch of series of events played out right before that. I'm also a survivor of domestic violence, and I think whenever I was indicted, that was my rock bottom. I knew in my mind, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I either had to live or I had to die, and I chose to live, and so they gave me the option whenever I got indicted, hey, you can either sit in this county jail or you can find a new way to live. And I was like, well, let's try that. Let me
Option 2.
let me try that, and so I genuinely, I took that opportunity, and so I did everything that they told me, because obviously my way of thinking was not working, and I did not know what was best for me because I couldn't stay clean to save my life.
Right.
And I got really involved in the recovery community. But as a result of my consequences for my actions, I ended up going to federal prison for a couple years, and I came home. And which is so crazy that I'm doing this podcast with you today, because yesterday was the first day that I got to see my babies whenever I came home from prison. And gratitude is really not even the word to describe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I lived such a life of chaos for so many years. And so that is what's most important to me now, being that mom again, getting to make sure that every day that I'm living in my purpose, and making that a living amends to not only them, but to myself and to my community. And so whenever I got the opportunity to work for Archway, now we travel all over the United States working on recovery efforts, but Arkansas is my home, and I remember when I told Emily, I got the job, I was like, I would love to travel. However, Arkansas has my heart. This is where my people are at. And she was on board with making sure that we could come to Arkansas to serve our people here too. So I'm just so happy to be alive. And May 9th of this year, I will celebrate 8 years of continued recovery.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, friend.
8 years is a big deal.
It is.
So thank you for the work you do for Arkansas, for the recovery community. Thank you for coming and sharing a little of your story with us, and what Archway Institute is. So your event is March 3rd in Little Rock at the Wyndham Hotel. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the Wyndham Hotel.
We'll post the details below, but thank you again for coming out and spending time with us today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's been great.